If you follow me, if you're here on my social media, you follow me. I'm assuming you know what I'm all about. And I'm not all about a diet mentality, right? Ultimate Portion Fix is not a diet. It is a lifestyle. And if you take a minute to stop getting triggered, as so many people are saying, oh my God, it's triggering me, and you're cramming the diet lifestyle into our faces and in kids' faces. Come on, that's not true. And I guarantee there's many other book titles out there that are significantly more about that.
Girl, she's being so defensive. And she was saying, like, if you know me, you know I'm not about diet. That is so untrue, because the Portion Fix literally tells you should eat 1,200 calories. I am 5'7". Her Portion Fix told me I should be eating about 1,200 calories. To me, that's a diet, okay? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for jumping on here today. If you're new here, my name is Lana, and I have been doing anti-MLM content on here. That's why I started this channel, since I exited the Beachbody world. And I am here because I want to raise awareness on the predatory nature of MLMs. So that being said, let's move on to the video. Today I am calling out Supertrainer culture. And this is because I have seen, for some reason, so many super trainers this weekend talking shit, and I don't know how to deal with it other than making a video on it. So I'm gonna take you along for the ride and just tell you about what happened this weekend personally with my own interactions with Beachbody and what I've seen. So first of all, Beachbody is releasing a program called the 30-Day Breakaway Program. It is a running program, and if you go and look at the advertisements for this program, it is all outdoor, promoting running outdoor. And they said in a post that you can go look on the Beachbody Instagram page, that this post is coming out for VIP early access starting October 19th. And it will be available to everyone on BOD starting April 19th. Therefore, October 19th is when you can buy the program in advance. So that's when you're gonna see all of the coaches promoting the program. And by April 19th, it will be out as an all-inclusive option on BOD that you don't have to pay any extra money for. But if you guys know anything about Beachbody, they really promote these VIP early access because it makes them money. And by the time April runs around, they're gonna have like 4 new programs releasing, and this program will be old news by then. If you see their turnaround rate of how they're releasing programs is insane. They have like 4 coming out at the same time. So I decided that I was going to comment on this post because in my mind, I'm from Canada, and starting a program that is promoted to be outside in October, the middle of October, is not reasonable for beginner runners. So I commented, do you guys not realize that October is when most of the Northern Hemisphere is going into winter months? How can you expect people to run outside during the winter? Canada, the Northern US, and the UK literally have winter. And yes, I understand I misspoke. A Beachbody coach rudely pointed out to me, well, the Northern Hemisphere is above the equator, so that doesn't make any sense. Okay, I misspoke. I meant the north, the far north, the northern countries. But if you have any common sense, you will realize that Canada, the US, the UK, and France are the only countries where Beachbody is available. So that's the point. My point is just saying you have a large audience and memberships that are based in northern countries, whether it's the north of the US or Canada. For me, girlfriend, I ain't running in October. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, have memories of going trick-or-treating on Halloween, and I was wearing a snowsuit under my costume. So there you go. That tells you a little something about Canada living. And you know what? Unless you live in Vancouver, you're gonna have winter. Vancouver, different situation. They have milder winters. Maybe you could pull it off, but I can tell you I'm from the East Coast, and I know that Middle Canada, East Coast Canada, they get intense winters, and so do some northern states. So
we've seen a lot of people out here, like you said, running, sledding, just enjoying it. One thing, oops. That can happen, unfortunately. Looks like Chelsea's okay. You okay?
That was my point. My point was saying, why are you releasing a program when it's about to go into winter? This just seems like weird marketing. This is when I started to get slammed by A, the Supertrainer, and B, the Beachbody coaches running to its defense. And the Beachbody trainer that made this program wrote to me I can't imagine. Good news is that the program is also designed to do on treadmills and has special videos created for it, plus indoor cardio options. Fantastic. So now I'm going to have to buy a treadmill. Maybe Beachbody will sell treadmills, guys. But my point is, it's supposed to be for everyone. You shouldn't have to need a treadmill to do it indoors or go to a gym or have one in your home to do this program. I don't really care about doing this program. That's not the point. I just wanted to call out what I saw. You know what? It created a lot of interesting dialogue. You can go check this. I'm not going to be talking about all of the posts, like all of the replies, because it was so many and it got to me a little bit, but I realized this is true testaments to how indoctrinated Beachbody coaches are and how far they will go to protect Beachbody and defend it with their lives. My point, I'm just calling it out because I had a lot of Beachbody coaches, go check this for yourself, coming at me saying, well, professional runners run all year round. I even had someone say, I trained for the Walt Disney Marathon and I ran in October because us Floridians need that. I'm like, okay, you're from Florida. You can run in October. Great. I'm happy for you. However, just because you live in Florida, the world does not, is not centered around you. I'm glad that you can do it. However, that's not the purpose of my question. My question is saying, how do people in the North do this program when you're releasing it in October and they're going to be promoting it in October? And if you have no knowledge of geographical locations, how can you promote a running program that's coming out in October to people that live in the north of the US or the UK or Canada? It's going to cause problems with their recruitment. Maybe that's a good thing. And other people were saying, like, I know people that run in Canada and runners clubs, and I've done running and I've trained for marathons. Great, you are professionals. I am in no way, shape, or form saying as professional runners, you can't run when you want to. Maybe people do run in the winter if you are professional. However, Beachbody's message is that they are catered to everybody. Everyone can try their programs, different levels, yes, but this program has stated that it will help you run up your first 5K, meaning beginner runners. And I don't believe that beginner runners should be running in the winter, or maybe will want to. Someone asked a question, and she's a girl that was also an ex-Beachbody coach, and she said, I am a runner and I run all year round, but the way it's marketed, it makes it seem like a beginner program. But a beginner runner running in the winter seems weird to me. I was agreeing that the marketing on this seems off. The Beachbody trainer then answered and went off on this, and I gotta share it with you because she's defending her program. She said, the program is not targeted to beginners only, and the only goal is not just to run a 5K, but beginners will be completing their first 5K. This is a well-rounded strength and conditioning program. There is nothing like it. We have experienced runners drastically improving their pace, speed, strength, running capacities in the test group. Don't assume you know everything about a program without doing it yet. And after seeing a few posts, and most runners run all year long, October is a great season where you will find a lot of races and people training for those. The program is so versatile that it provides customers many ways to use it depending on your goals, time, and it has other cardio and conditioning workouts besides running to make sure people can get incredible results even when they can't run. This Beachbody super trainer felt the need to come to its defense because we were questioning it. I questioned it, and a couple of my fellow ex-Beachbody coaches came to defend that and also question it, saying, I'm a runner, but I don't know if this is the appropriate way to target beginners, and we're just asking a question. This validates my point of view in saying, like, they do not like taking questions. And if you have any understanding of how critical thinking works, it is to ask questions. What is science? Science is just asking questions. Social science is asking questions. I'm about to complete my political science degree and I have to do research. And you know what they say? When you have a thesis, you should be trying to disprove your thesis. Try to find sources that disprove your thesis. Why? Because you need to see both sides of the stories. You need to question the research that exists. You need to question the biases. It's critical thinking 101, my friends. But the minute you go and you ask a Beachbody coach, why are you marketing this in going into the winter months? For some people, they get so defensive and they think the world revolves around them, where they live, whether it's California, Florida, wherever they live. That's not the point. I'm allowed to ask questions. I'm allowed to say, well, what are you going to do when people say, well, I can't run in these months, and you can't sell the program to a person that's not going to go running in the winter. That's it. It's okay to ask questions. And I also want to say this, really, it made me want to literally delete my comment. That's how I felt, because everyone was coming at me. It proves to me why we need to speak out. We need to speak out because Beachbody needs to be held accountable for what they're doing. It's okay to ask questions. They might try to come and intimidate you and be rude to you and bully you. It's okay. It speaks more about them than it does about us. And remember, at the end of the day, these people are also victims of Beachbody, just like we were. And they need compassion more than ever. And I understand it's really hard. If someone's being a bully and being mean, block them, I don't care. But a lot of the time, people are going to behave in this defensive manner and they are going to make jabs at you. And this is going to be because you have put a hole in their ideal Beachbody world. And people don't like that. And because they're so indoctrinated into it, they cannot see the bigger picture. Time will tell when these people realize that they cannot make it in Beachbody, just like we realized it, and they are victims of Beachbody, just like we were. We need to be compassionate. And that is my point in saying this. Now, the second thing that I saw this weekend was one of the super trainers. We all know her. She is the creator of 80 Day Obsession, 21 Day Fix, all those good ones. And she got defensive so hardcore on her IGTV. I'm sure other YouTubers will be talking about this because it was so insane to me. It was so rude. And as a Beachbody super trainer, I would expect more, but I guess not. So let's talk about this. She has put out a program called 9-Week Control Freak, and she's just released a book called Lose Weight Like Crazy. Maybe it's not noticeable to you, but to me, when I see her programs like 80 Day Obsession or 9-Week Control Freak and Lose Weight Like Crazy, it has the same theme. It's promoting habits that don't really, when you hear the word, it doesn't sound good. Obsession, control freak, like crazy, it just seems off. And a lot of people have come forward and were commenting on her posts about her Lose Weight Like Crazy book, saying this is really triggering. There's a lot of people with eating disorder, body image problems, and when you put out a book with a name like this, it's really triggering to those people. Same with 9-Week Control Freak. They're saying this is a really triggering name because being a control freak is not like a positive thing. If you struggle with anxiety, depression, or control issues or mental health, you know that that's actually a real battle, and it's not something to joke about. It's not something to take lightly. I have had my own struggles with mental health, which I don't need to go into, but if you have, you might feel triggered by these things, and that's okay. But she went on her IGTV, okay, because she did not like what people had to say, and I need to call this behavior out because it is so wrong in my opinion. We're just going to listen to the first few minutes of what she has to say. It is like a 6-minute video. You can go watch it on her page, but let's listen to what she has to say.
What's up, you guys? Happy hump day. Hope everybody is having a great day. It has been very busy around here with it being day 2 of book launch week. So I've just been working like crazy, but I wanted to take a minute and come on because I put up, what's considered the sizzle video for my new book, Lose Weight Like Crazy, even if you have a crazy life. And I see a lot of people commenting that they're really offended by the title of the book. And what I want to point out to you guys is this. You're gonna have to go deeper than the title of anything to know what it's really about. So just like people thought the title of 80 Day Obsession was, oh my gosh, why would you talk about being obsessed with fitness? And why would you talk about being obsessed with nutrition? Or, you know, we've got the title 9-Week Control Freak, and people freak out about that. Oh my God, you're talking about being a control freak, and that's so terrible, and you shouldn't be a control freak. And, you know, we've got Shanti's program, Insanity. So the title of the book is Lose Weight Like Crazy, even if you have a crazy life. And I can see why, obviously, people would get hung up on that title, Lose Weight Like Crazy. But what do we always say? Don't judge a book by its cover. And I'll say the same thing. The title is on the cover. So stop judging it by that, you guys. If you follow me, if you're here on my social media, you follow me. I'm assuming you know what I'm all about. And I'm not all about a diet mentality, right? Ultimate Portion Fix is not a diet. It is a lifestyle. And if you take a minute to stop getting triggered, as so many people are saying, oh my God, it's triggering me, and you're cramming the diet lifestyle into our faces and in kids' faces. Come on, that's not true. And I guarantee there's many other book titles out there that are significantly more about that.
All right, okay, I gotta stop her here. I'm not gonna show you this whole video. It is like a 9-minute video and it goes into so much. I could make a whole video. You know what? If you guys want me to actually make an entire video about this, let me know. I could do that, but it is 8 minutes and it's gonna take up too much time for this one. But girl, she's being so defensive. And I like she was saying like, if you know me, you know I'm not about diet. That is so untrue because the portion fix literally tells you should eat 1,200 calories. I am 5'7", okay, 5'7". I weigh about 150 pounds. Her portion fix told me I should be eating about 1,200 calories. To me, that's a diet, okay? Listen, the first thing I saw when I initially watched this, my reaction was like, WTF, why is she being so defensive? You don't have to be so defensive if you believe that much in your product. You are a super trainer. You're a super trainer. You're a celebrity, okay? Beachbody puts you on the face of everything that they do. Why do you need to be so defensive about people commenting? To me, that just shows there's something wrong with it. It shows there's something wrong. And by making the argument that, well, everyone else does it, does that make it okay? Does that make it okay to you? Like, that feels like the thing in when you were a kid and your mom was like, well, if your friends are jumping off a bridge, do you jump off the bridge too? You know, like that's that thing that we all hated as kids. But it's true. She's saying, well, there's a bunch of other books that have names like that. Okay. And so that makes it right for you to call your book that. That's your logic here. And I spoke about this with one of my friends because my friend Amanda, who I do my podcast with, if you listen to our podcast, Goddess Revive, you'll know that she has her psych major. That's her, that's her education. So I talked to her and I said, Amanda, what do you think about this video from a psych perspective? And she was saying that, yeah, if you have to defend your product so hard and get defensive, it shows that there's something wrong because you know that there's something wrong, because when you truly believe in something, you don't have to get that defensive to prove your point. She should have just apologized in the first place. She could have literally just gone on IGTV and said, hey guys, I apologize that this triggered you, whatever, made a sincere apology and moved on and tried to do better. But instead she had to say, you're wrong for getting triggered. And to me, that's so inappropriate. You're a celebrity. And you're telling your following, it's your problem that you're triggered. And if you go look in the comments, all the coaches commenting on this are saying the same thing. Like, all these people, they get triggered about anything. They get triggered, dismissing that. I'm sorry, but eating disorder and body image dysmorphia is not a joke. It's a real problem that many, many people struggle with, and it is not to be dismissed. You can't tell somebody, well, it's your problem that you're triggered. I don't take, you figure it out. You can't blame someone for being triggered if you triggered them. You have to just say, I accept that my book title made you feel this way. Maybe that wasn't your intention. Okay, but how do you do better? Fix your shit. There's no shame in doing better and learning from our mistakes. But telling us that, well, there's other books that have the titles like this, it is being extremely dismissive. And my friend Amanda agreed with that. And she basically said, like, also, you are promoting diet culture. When you say lose weight like crazy, you're promoting diet culture. She goes on in the video to talk about, I'm for health. I don't promote diet, but my marketing team told me that instead of a book that's called like Create Your Healthiest Life, I had to do something shocking to get it sold. That's the problem. She said, why do you need this shocking title to get attention? If it's just about healthy living, then the title should reflect that it's about healthy living, not losing weight like crazy. You can't dismiss that people are being triggered. You can't tell them you're wrong because you're triggered and this is triggering your eating disorder or your body dysmorphia. You can't just say like, no, it's not. This is not how things work. You accept it, you learn from your mistakes, and you do better. You do better. Whether it's this or another issue, whatever. Learn from your mistakes. And as a celebrity super trainer for Beachbody, you should be representing your company better. And to me, it shows that coaches, super trainers, why does Beachbody want to be represented this way? No wonder it has a bad reputation. When you tell people in the DMs, oh, I'm doing Beachbody, no wonder so many people get turned off by that, because you see super trainers and you see coaches being rude, being dismissive, and being defensive over everything we talk about. Any questions that we ask, they behave in this defensive manner. To me, why do you want people promoting your company that give your company a bad name? It seems like it's the culture of the company. She is like Carl's right-hand girl, and it just proves to me that their culture is very toxic. I can't even believe that that happened. I can't believe she's blaming people and saying it's your problem that you're triggered and being so dismissive. When, if it was just about healthy living, you wouldn't have to say lose weight like crazy. You would say how I live my healthy life. And it wouldn't matter if the marketing team told you like, well, you need this shocking thing for it to sell. Well, no, stay authentic to yourself. If you really care about health, promote health. Don't promote containers. And this is what my friend Amanda brought up. She said, you're saying that the containers are not restrictive, but they are restrictive, maybe not in terms of what food you can eat, but they're restrictive because they limit the portions that you can eat, which still is a restrictive diet. It's still restrictive when you tell people they can only eat certain amounts of portions, and people that have done these portion containers programs have come out here and said that it messed up their body. Listen to my girl Megan. She made a whole series or a couple videos about how Beachbody container systems messed up her body and it created her to have a bad relationship with food. I was falling down that train as well. Many ex-Beachbody coaches that have done the portion container have felt the same way, and our experience are not to be dismissed because it makes you mad that not everyone loves you or not everyone agrees with the way you are marketing yourself. Okay, so the second thing is anti-Beachbody coach pointed this video out to me. This is how we found it on Instagram about just another super trainer. And you know what? I actually really liked him and have enjoyed his program. So this was sucky for me to see, but we have to watch it.
Absolutely. So if you have a drink, I say pick up your drink right now. And to this, I'll say, what you guys are doing is not easy. It's not. And don't let anybody ever tell you that this job is going to be easy. You're going to deal with a lot of naysayers. You're going to deal, especially this day and age, you're going to deal with a lot of BS. You're going to deal with a lot of people who say this is a pyramid scheme. We just rip people off. And what we know is people who say that are the ones that are unhappy with their lives, and they're the ones that are looking for an excuse, and they're looking for handouts. And so to all of you who are working your asses off, making a living for yourself, bettering your life by helping others better theirs, my ultimate respect goes to you guys. So thank you very much.
Okay, so this really highlighted the point where he was saying, like, people saying that this is a pyramid scheme and not legitimate, they're the ones that are really unhappy with their lives. They're just naysayers. And to me, it's again proving that it's coming from the top down. You're hearing this from the top super trainers. This is a 3 super trainers, okay, that have come back defensive to people who question Beachbody. And I understand you work for them. I understand it. But if you watched my video on the super trainer that was leaving, this exactly is the culture he's calling out. Go back and watch that video. These are 3 super trainers at Beachbody. They each had programs coming out very close together. And Beachbody they are the faces of Beachbody, and they are so defensive anytime we ask questions. And I'm not saying you have to agree with what we're saying. Whoever you are, they don't have to agree with our perspective. They can think MLMs are the be-all end-all. It's working for them. But you know what else? They're not in the MLM structure. They're just the faces of the MLM structure. They're not recruiting. They have money because they're doing a contract with Beachbody. Beachbody signed them. They have a contract for a certain amount of years to make programs for them. That's a real job that they get a real guaranteed paycheck to do. But then you have it coming from the top down that they're saying, people are going to say it's a pyramid scheme. People are going to be naysayers. They're the ones that are really unhappy with their lives. And to be honest with you, I can tell you, I was in Beachbody for 2.5 years, and I'm a much happier person without being in Beachbody. I have been on YouTube, on my Instagram, sharing my story because I need you guys to know that MLMs are not the be all end all. And I also need you guys to know that this is really coming from the top down. This is coming from the people at the top, indoctrinating the coaches. The coaches just regurgitate stuff that they hear from these top Beachbody people, super trainers, and the CEO. They regurgitate this information and they get defensive and they think these are like gods. I was in it. I remember we put these people up on pedestals. We think that they're like the celebrities, they're the be all end all. We need to look up to them. Okay, yes, but they're just people too. And they're not perfect. And clearly, they are teaching Beachbody coaches that when someone disagrees with you, you should get defensive and you're just a naysayer, you're negative, and they are just unhappy. Toxic positivity. This is everything the anti-MLM community talks about repeatedly, and I needed to bring it to the light because I'm very like heated and I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this because I have a lot of feelings. Let me know if you want me to dive deeper into this. We look at the whole videos. Thank you so much for coming on here today, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys soon for another video.